In 2021, I knew there was something wrong with me, but I didn't know what. In 2021, I developed what I thought were sinus headaches. I think there are a lot of things that I don't remember from 2021, like standing ladies up for lunch dates. I have clothes in my closet that I don't even know where they came from. And my sons and daughter-in-law had to make Christmas cookies for me in 2021 while I slept on the couch. I got to the point where I wanted to sleep all of the time, so I ended up just not going to work sometimes and canceled some of my lessons. Looking back on it, people were quite patient with me through all of this. By fall of 2021, I just didn't go to church anymore. Not because I didn't want to, but because I just wanted to crawl back in the bed. On our vacation at the end of September, we were in an oceanfront cottage, and I didn't even go down to the beach one time. Not one time. Didn't go down to the beach even one time because I just wanted to sleep. In October, Grant encouraged me to start seeing doctors and made some appointments for me. We didn't know what was wrong with me, but we started calling doctors to try to figure it out. My PCP prescribed an antidepressant, which did nothing, so I stopped taking it. Grant took me to a counselor every week during hunting season, and the counselor threatened to drop me as a patient because I couldn't follow through with the assignments that he gave me. Grant signed me up for a sleep study, which never happened. Then, because I couldn't read my music anymore because the vision in my right eye had gotten so bad, I went to see my eye doctor. Dr. Patrick Bradley ordered an MRI for me the first day that I saw him, and he called me personally the day of the MRI to let me know that I had a brain tumor. Going in for surgery, I wasn't afraid at all. I could explain it away and blame it on the brain tumor, but I believed that God was protecting me from any fear because in Him there is no fear, nothing to be afraid of. I was in the hospital through the Christmas holiday, but still it was a good Christmas and we could sense the love of God. The tumor was the size of a lime, and my surgeon said that it had been growing in there for decades. He told Grant after the surgery that he got it all. 2 days after the surgery, Grant could see a difference in me and said, "I have my wife back." I could see a difference in me too. I stayed awake a lot more, I could see better, I enjoyed life more, and I talked a lot more. I talked Grant's ear off whenever we had to ride in the car together. The swelling from the tumor had affected my emotions, so I hadn't really cried for about 2 years. After the surgery, I cried over everything. One time we were driving down the road and I looked over at Grant with tears in my eyes and I said, "I love you, Grant." Just thinking about all that Grant had done for me over the past year made me cry. And he took such good care of me when we got home from the hospital. He brought food to me, did laundry, did dishes, took care of the animals, and anything else that needed to be done around the house. When I first got home from the hospital, I slept downstairs in a recliner for the first month or so. I would wake up in the middle of the night almost every night and cry as I looked at pictures of Jesus on the wall. It was a most special time alone with Him. Not even saying anything, but just basking in His presence and crying. It felt so good to cry. Then when I was done crying, I spent time praying, mainly for Grant, and just thanking God for His goodness to me. It took me a while to learn how to walk, talk well, and think quickly again. But with the help of home health care, I was able to tackle all of the hurdles. God is so good, and looking back, I can see that at every turn when we were going through tough times, God was there for us. Church people were there for us. Doctors were there for us. And all the time, it was God orchestrating everything. I'm doing so much better now. I'm starting to teach lessons again and getting back to normal life. Praise God.